The Eight are the elite warrior council of the Farsight Enclaves. Comprised of legendary warriors, allied and led by Commander Farsight, each member is clad in battlesuits, armed with the most powerful weapons available. Fighting as a unified force, there are few bands of warriors in the galaxy who can match this fierce honor guard. Shas-O, Dalif, Kovash, Kadrel, also known as Commander Bravestorm, is a veteran of countless battles. Among the first battlesuit pilots to utilize the experimental Onager Gauntlet, his efforts repelling the Imperials from the Septworld of Dalif earned him glories from the citizens of the Tau Empire. Mortally wounded during the Damocles Crusade, within the Battle of Black Thunder Mesa, his efforts facing a dozen Imperial armored vehicles and a Titan required his confinement within his battlesuit. Outfitted with life support systems, once entombed within its chassis, Bravestorm, regardless of his injury, stood resolute by the side of Oshova during the Farsight expedition. Installed as a member of the Eight henceforth, Commander Bravestorm has earned further glories during the Battle of Arthas Moloch during the Arcs of Omen campaign, at the cost of his XV-8-02 battlesuit suffering critical damage. Ovesa, known as the Stone Dragon, is peculiarly for a battlesuit pilot, not a member of the Fire caste. A veteran engineer of the Earth caste, Ovesa's invention of microdrones allows for his continued lifespan whilst piloting his XV-104 Riptide. Infamous for his involvement during the Arkunasha War, Ovesa joined forces with Commander Farsight following the Damocles Crusade and exile caused by the Arthas Moloch incident. Curiously studying the strange blade wielded by Commander Farsight, the Dawn Blade, and drawing from his experience as a presiding member of the Elemental Council, the Stone Dragon's efforts to sustain the Farsight Enclaves are invaluable. Shas-O, Tashva, Olnan, Bakak, or Ovar for short, is the inheritor of the revered title, Brightsword. A student of Oshova, trained upon the outpost world of Estau, his efforts during the Arkunasha War facing the Orc war boss, Toothjaw, saved many lives during the brutal conflict. Defending the world of Nimbosa from the Imperials during the Second Sphere of Expansion, Brightsword devastated the ranks of the 9th Vostroyan Firstborn Regiment within the city of Polia. Repelling the Imperial counterattack during the Battle of Koloth Gorge, such fighting would be regarded by the Imperium as a massacre of their forces due to Brightsword's orders to take no prisoners. Such brutal tactics, in contravention of the tenets of the greater good, Commander Brightsword answered for his actions upon the homeworld of Tau. His efforts turning to ash with the reconquest of the world during the Nimbosa Crusade, the original bearer of the title of Brightsword died at the hands of the Imperium's 13th Penal Legion, aided in part by the Water caste. Following his death, many Tau commanders have assumed his name and title as a means to uphold his legacy, 7 in total perishing in the flames of war, each under the command of Farsight. The most recent inheritor of the title, now installed as a member of the Eight, his ferocity in battle and strategic brilliance is in keeping with the original, not by chance. In truth, each subsequent Brightsword is a clone of the original warrior who bore the name, resurrected by the ingenuity of Ovesa. Shavastos was the first Tau warrior to be fitted with a neurochip of the Genius of War, Commander Puretide. Finding the use of such neurochips to be below the standards expected, the Ethereal Council ordained that all Puretide neurochips must be removed from their hosts, which in turn would lobotomize each subject. Saved from his fate by Commander Farsight, Shavastos has proven to be among the finest warriors of the Farsight Enclaves, despite the rapid degeneration of the neurochip still integrated into his body. Held within a stasis pod to preserve his body until a solution could be found, after decades of toil, Ovesa managed to recalibrate the neurochip and revived the aged warrior to fight once more. Oblotai is the original mentor of Commander Farsight. the first to teach Oshova the skills necessary to pilot a battlesuit. Dying in battle, Oblotai was recreated as an artificial intelligence engram integrated directly into broadside battlesuits, each iteration of Oblotai marked by a number. Serving during the Arkunasha War, Farsight Expedition, and War of Arthas Moloch, regardless of each engram's destruction, each new iteration is improved upon to increase its martial skill. The most recent iteration, Oblotai 10-0, created following the assault of Dregrock during the War of Daka. The damage sustained to it may be too great, as Ovesa to this day struggles to repair the battlesuit to acceptable battlefield parameters. Commander Arakon trained upon the world of Violos, possessed of a brilliant mind for analysis and anti-infantry maneuvers. Appointed as the senior military commander of the Farsight enclaves during their leader's pilgrimage, Violos defended his domains from the raids of the Orc war boss, Grog Ironteeth, his efforts allowing for Farsight to slay the war boss upon his return and claim its ashes to fill a container marked with every world sundered by its wrath. Finally, Commander Torchstar is the youngest member of the Eight, defecting from the Sept world of Viola. Tattooing symbols of fire across her body, her obsession with immolating her enemies jars with the tenets of the greater good and incites scrutiny from her peers. Despite their many disparate ideologies, methods and deeds, the Eight continue to fight at the vanguard beside their separatist leader.